Yes?
Sure. We're talking, now she's using a word, we're talking about what to do if the coup gets angry because something you tried did not work. Coup is a term that we use for the subconscious, or sometimes we call it the body or the body-mind. Okay? It's that part of you which is mainly involved with remembering, and which is the part of you that handles all of your senses and all the automatic things that your body does. Now, so what she was doing was, they were going out for a whale watching trip, and she did some, what we call inner work, to connect with the spirit of the whales and to ask them to appear, and all of that, and did it very good and felt very good and a strong connection. Went out on the boat, no whales. And so she felt her subconscious then got angry because what she did didn't work. All right. We need to have some real clarity. Okay? The first thing to be clear about is you don't control the world. Now, it's real good to understand that in the beginning, before you try something. We can influence it, but we cannot control it. To take whales, for example, the connection was good, but this is April. Okay? Now, in April, many of the whales are on their way back home. And it's possible that one of them said, oh, somebody really wants to see me, I'm going to head back, and didn't make it in time. Okay? Because most of them have already left. Well, it's real hard for them to cooperate. On the other hand, they might have been busy that day. See? Whales have got things to do too. And they have family obligations. And much as they might want to cooperate with you, they have their priorities. And if you are a friend, if you're trying to connect with them as a friend, it's like connecting with any friend. If it's a real friend, you ask the friend to do something. If they can, they will. If they can't, they won't. And it doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean they don't want to help you. It means, sorry, but right now, I can't. And this is one of the ways, if we really want to have a deeper understanding of nature, we have to realize it's alive, aware, responsive, and if we want to connect with it strongly and have the greatest influence, we need to treat it in friendship, deal with it in friendship, and not get angry and sulk because it didn't do what we wanted to do. Okay? A little story I've told before, but I'll share it right now. I have quite a good friendship with the weather, and the wind and the clouds and the rain and things like that. And it is so responsive to me so much of the time. There came a time a few years ago when it was raining heavily all over the island. And it rained and it rained and rained and rained day after day after day. Finally, I said, all right, this is enough. I know you have to rain, but I really would like some sunshine. So I went out in my front yard in the rain, and I talked to the weather, and I loved it, and I, told it how much I would really appreciate some sun, and I'm doing this for half an hour. I didn't notice any change. And I was just about to go into the same feeling that you had, get upset because the weather wasn't listening to me, when a friend of mine from the southern part of the island came into my driveway. And he got out and came under the carport, and he looked around and he said, "This is amazing." And I said, "What?" He said, "It's raining less here than it is anywhere else on the island." Nature tried the best it could under the circumstances, but it just had to rain. And the tendency is so often for us to try a technique we've learned and get upset because it doesn't work. If it doesn't give you the results you want, it mostly has to do with the intention you had and what else was going on. We can only influence people and we can only influence nature in a direction they are ready to go. If they're not ready to go in that direction for any reason, then we have no influence, or very little. Okay? But if we acknowledge that and accept that with respect, then more of the time, nature or people will be more responsive. And when they aren't, we have to let that be and acknowledge, okay, I understand you got other things to do. We'll do it next time.
I'll come back to see the whales.
Okay, there you go. Come back to see the whales. Okay.